Welcome back. There's new research out about concussion damage in kids. The journal Pediatrics says children who experience head trauma face greater risk of injury or death if they are hit in the head again too soon after a previous concussion. Wendy Kushel has details on a local seminar for athletes, parents, and coaches.
It's being held Thursday, August 11th at Aurora BayCare Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center in Green Bay. Physical therapist and head athletic trainer Corey Kunzer with Aurora BayCare shares more.
Yeah, the upcoming seminar is really going to kind of go over what is concussion. It's going to go over the baseline testing. And the most important thing is kind of when these athletes can correctly return to sport, but also return to school and return to full activities.
At Aurora BayCare, multiple players are involved both before and after a concussion, including neuropsychologist Julie Bobholz.
For example, the trainers are involved on the field and early on when sports concussions occur. As part of evaluation for recovery from sports concussion, sometimes cognitive testing will also be requested. That is when neuropsychology would be involved. And together, managing both physical and cognitive symptoms, we're watching the individual recover from their concussion to better determine when they're safe to return to play.
But before a concussion ever occurs, Corey and other BayCare trainers work to get baseline readings on athletes. They use computer-based impact tests to document the athlete's reaction time and cognitive function. Also, physical balancing and coordination tests.
Hands at the hips. I'm going to close your eyes, and I'm going to time you for 20 seconds.
So if a concussion does occur, the trainers get the athlete back to a baseline before they return to activity.
As an athlete should not be cleared to go back to activity until they're completely symptom-free. Now that could take anywhere from a couple days until weeks or months, depending on the severity of the injury, depending on if they lost consciousness, depending on how many concussions they had and what sport they have to go back to.
Also covered at the seminar, long-term consequences if the athlete does return to play too early.
You can see prolonged symptoms affecting their school. These kids can have difficulty focusing in school. Sometimes we'll have to require that they have accommodations because of their learning problems.
So here are the details for that upcoming concussion management seminar. Again, Thursday, August 11th at Aurora BayCare's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center. Registration is required. Call 288-5400.
Thanks, Wendy.